If Airbnb shut down tomorrow, how many of your past guests could you actually reach out to directly? Take a second, think about it. If your answer is zero or you're not really sure, that's a red flag. Because here's the reality. Airbnb owns your guest list, not you. And that's one of the biggest mistakes I see boutique hotels make right now. Here's what happens. Too many boutique hotels lean on Airbnb or Booking.com or any other OTA to keep their rooms filled. And listen, I get it. I've talked to dozens of owners and GMs who say the exact same thing. Airbnb fills our rooms. Why fix what's not broken? And on the surface, they're right. It works. Yes, book rooms and, money comes. But here's the catch. Those guests that stay with you, you don't actually own them. Airbnb does. They got the guest's name, the guest contact information, their booking history, their preferences, and you just got a first name on a reservation and maybe a quick smile at check-in. Once they leave, that's it. They're gone. And you have no way of actually building a relationship with them. So what does that mean for your business? It means you don't have a guest list. You don't have an email database. You don't have a loyalty program that keeps people coming back. When that guest decides they want to return to your city, where do they go? They open Airbnb again. And now you're competing against your own competitors right there on the same screen, paying 15 to 20% in commission just to maybe get the guests to come back. And here's the kicker. They don't even remember you. They don't say, oh, well, I stayed at hotel name here. They say, oh, we stayed in the Airbnb in Kingston. You lose brand recognition. You lose loyalty. You lose profit. Think about it. If you don't have their info, you can't build loyalty. And if you can't build loyalty, every booking is a one-off, which means you're stuck in this hamster wheel of constantly chasing the next guest instead of building repeat business. It's not stability. That's not ownership. That's not how you build a strong brand. It's like you're renting guests instead of owning your own audience. And if you've ever felt like your hotel's success is out of your control, it's probably because Airbnb is the one pulling the strings. So what's the alternative? It's taking back ownership of your guest list. That means you stop handing over all the power to Airbnb. You start setting up your own direct booking system. You start capturing your guest information. You start nurturing that relationship long after checkout. Instead of being dependent on Airbnb's database, you build your own. And instead of competing on price, because let's be honest, that's all OTAs really care about, you get to compete on experience. When you make this shift, you stop being seen as just another Airbnb host. You become a true lifestyle destination, a hotel with a story, a hotel that people remember by name. And the best part, guests don't come back because Airbnb nudged them with an email. They came back because you reached out. You made them feel like insiders and you showed them they're part of your community. Here's what happens when you actually own your guest list. Your acquisition cost drops because you're not bleeding commissions every time. Your repeat bookings climb because you're staying in touch. You can roll out the perks, birthdays, specials, season packages, and people respond because they feel connected to you. And most importantly, you build a guest community that fuels your hotel year after year. And that's how boutique hotels create stability. That's how you build reputation, and that's how you make long-term profit without being at the mercy of Airbnb. Okay, so the big question is, how do you actually do this? Because it's one thing to say, own your guest list, but how do you make it happen without drowning in more tasks? I like to keep this really simple, just 3 moves. If you can focus on these 3, you'll start shifting your control back into your hand. 1, capture guest info while they're on site. The first move is obvious, but sometimes overlooked. You need to capture the guest info while they're actually staying with you. And no, I don't mean awkwardly asking them at check-in, can I get your email for a list? Nobody likes that. I'm talking about making it part of the experience. Offer Wi-Fi that, ask for your email at login. Drop a QR code on the welcome card in their room. Create a little insider's guide to the city. Something valuable that they'll want to download. You're not forcing them, you're inviting them. And when it's presented as part of the guest experience, people are happy to hand over their info. So there's a boutique hotel that gives their guests a digital hidden gems map of the city, but to access it, they have to enter their email. Not only did it feel fun, but now that the hotel has hundreds of past guests, they can reach out directly. Now, step 2, once you've got their info, don't let that sit there collecting dust. That's where a lot of hotels drop the ball. Think of this as keeping the conversation going. Send them updates like what's new at your property, a seasonal event you're hosting, even just like the little behind the scenes look at your team setting up for a big night, or you're reminding them of the experience that they love and you're showing them what's waiting for them when they come next time. So here's the secret. When you stay present in someone's inbox, you don't have to fight for their attention later. They'll, likely come to you first. And this doesn't mean spamming people with sales pitches every week. It's about being part of their story. Think about it like building a friendship. You share stories, you share updates, and when the time's right, you extend an invitation. Now 3, incentivize direct bookings. And the third step makes direct bookings the obvious VIP choice. This is where you get creative. Offer perks like early check-in and free cocktail on arrival, or a small credit towards their next stay. Give them something they only get when they book directly with you. It doesn't have to be expensive. It's just so that they feel like they're getting special treatment. Because here's the truth. People love feeling like insiders. And when you frame direct booking as like the VIP route, your guests will take it every time. And I don't know. One property I know offered returning guests a free sunset cocktail hour if they booked directly with them. And do you know how many repeat guests that created? Tons. Because the value wasn't in saving the bus, it was in the experience. So here's the bottom line. Right now, Airbnb owns your guest list, but it doesn't have to stay that way. You can take back control, you can build your own guest community. And you can turn one of those visitors into loyal repeat customers who remember you, not just the platform they found you on. If you're ready to stop letting Airbnb own your guests, click the deep dive link below. I'll show you exactly how we help boutique hotels take back their ownership of their guest list and build brands guests remember and rave about. And trust me, once you start doing this, you'll wonder why you ever gave Airbnb all that power in the first place.